Hello everyone, this is Sharing Creations by Kay. It's Kay. Hope you're doing well. I tried a new setting on my phone, so I'm hoping that works better. So there's another black side too. So I'm hoping it's just that one setting. I hear that the mic is better, so that's good news. So we still have this problem of having a full screen. So fingers crossed I found the right one. Today I have the last couple of nights have spent playing with my mediums. So with this pile, I watched another video, and I'm hoping that, excuse me, sorry, now you're gonna hear that extra loud. I seen another YouTube video where, it comes up a little bit, where they used liquid hairspray, the spritzer type bottle, where you could just take the cap off and pour it into your bottle. So I played with my mica powders again, and I had added hairspray to it. And it looks like it comes off a little bit. So I watched Tim Holtz play with the mica inks. So, and I seen the video of somebody adding hairspray to get the mica powder to stick to the paper and not come off. So I did a little bit of playing. See some coming off, but not like it was with just the glue. It's still coming off. I don't know. I don't know what else to do without buying straight up purchased mica powder like Ranger and all those. But I had some fun playing with the different colors. It seems like some is coming off, but not a lot compared to without the hairspray. But it's definitely got that pearlescent look to it. I know the gold will. Oh, wow. Okay, so a little bit. The gold was the biggest issue because I had put so much powder in. So this is just using the spray, spraying the paper. The step that I just went through. So then I watched Tim Holtz, and he played with the mica sprays. And he basically sprayed his surface and was picking it up off of the surface with his paper. And so I decided to do that. I was having some fun, getting some really interesting color combinations. Sorry, I used mainly two colors at the same time, but I didn't clean up all of it every time because I have a spray box and it looks like the wax paper in my spray box has had better days. I've used it so many times that it's now thin, so I have to layer it again. And so when I was softening it up, it was not really coming up. But I think I got some interesting colors by not picking it all up, which he was saying that he picked up like he was doing a demo and he had somebody wipe it and he goes, normally I wouldn't wipe it, I'd keep using it. But this one's I think is super pretty because it has like 5 or 6 colors in it. And I made colors, not even trying to make colors. It's got some textures. It's not coming up as bad as it did last time, so I'm excited about that. Seems like I got two similar colored tone with these two, with the pink standing out more on this one. I had fun doing this. It was messy, and I definitely put some gloves in. This looks like it has like three colors in it. There was one of the mica powders that I have I thought was a pearl white, ends up being pearl silver tone. So it looks like we got some teal and some light blue with silver. So apparently none of my mica powders were straight up pearl. This was definitely fun to make a mess. Controlled mess. And then my spray bottle started freaking out with the white silver one. The pearl silver one. It wouldn't come out the bottle. The spray was not spraying properly. So I kinda put it on the glove and hooked it. So I got dots of silver with the swirly green tone. So that's quite interesting. I don't like that. That's almost like it's a bluish purple bush, like a tree with the branches. Huh, interesting. And then this blue teal one, and it looks like it's got some purple in it. That was fun. So I have a bunch of backgrounds. Also, I could cut them out using dyes. So that was fun. And then I also played with my distress oxides. That's kind of interesting. I was trying to go for candy cane, but not candy cane. And then I had taken the red, and this was just the ink pad. I had just taken the ink pad and went like that. So it was one of the minis, and that's how I got the stripes like that. This I did completely red, and then took water and splattered it. It's not as strong, and I put quite a bit. This same thing. I did stripe here, and then I did stripes this way. This one, quite, I did a full-blown spray. Because my spray bottle does squirts, and then it does a full-blown long mist. So that one turned out pretty cool. And then this one was originally green, and then what was it? I think I mashed the brush or something to get the colors, and then I did the spray with the water. Interesting. It's definitely different. So then, the next thing I played with was, sorry for all these extra noises, I played with, you can't see both of them. This is alcohol ink. This is supposed to be red and green and white. And wow, did that turn into something? It just kept moving after I left it alone. It was almost like an acrylic pour. Actually, acrylic inks is what these are. I'm not sure what I said. I've been up all night playing. Um, it just kept like it was like the alcohol inks were like they were alive. They just kept moving amongst themselves. I can't remember. I I played with it so much that I ended up changing the background because I had done something with the background. I think I had it all red, and then stripes of green, and then I played some more and changed it completely. I think I put too much um, acrylic ink on it, so it just kind of it was funny because the paper was like this. As soon as it started to get wet, mind you, this is a lot of color paper, but it curved. So that's why it's like there's hardly anything in the middle, is because it kept running to the sides. And this is acrylic ink too. And this is just blue and white and olive greens. I don't remember adding anything else. But for where it puddled, it's still sticky. And it's already been sitting 48 hours, I think. So I don't know if that sticky will ever go away. But I probably should have taken some paper towel and drawn those puddles out. But it's interesting because it's very much reminiscent of acrylic floors, as if like you run a string through it and you get all the veins. But until it was drying, it finally flattened itself out. And I think I was thinking when I could have pulled the puddle off the side, but that's it. It's a large piece anyway. These pieces are 7.5 by 5.25, so they're quite large. Then I played with a lot of colors. So this, I took the brush and went like that after I loaded it. And just went like that. Because if you flick it, you better do it in a box. Because I flicked white and it was all over the place. All the way up on the top part of my desk up here. Which you can read. Oh well. Um, so I just kind of like put the brush in it like this. Because if you flick like a toothbrush or a paintbrush, or if you even take the paintbrush and you have it loaded and you hit the brush with something else, it's going to splatter everywhere. So keep that in mind when you want to play in the messies. And so I tried it with this alcohol silicone. These are watercolors. So it's definitely different. It's interesting. It's not real flashy, but it's fun to look at. And then I tried the stripes. The white splatters, I was trying to collect to get small drops. Yeah, that's when I ended up with white dots everywhere. And I probably missed some. But this, what was I, how did I do this one? Oh yeah, I just did stripes. I didn't pencil mark anything. I just did the red, kind of tried to wait up a little bit. As you can see in some spots, I didn't wait long enough so that they wouldn't bleed together because you end up with brown or close to it. And then I just did the green, and then it was kind of boring, so I was like, well, let me add the white. Because oddly enough, I have white watercolor. So I did the white stripes in the middle, and I was like, it's kind of a little on the boring side. So I decided to try to flick, and then when I realized I was flicking that thing, it was dots everywhere, so I quit. That was a good Christmassy piece where I could cut out a die cut or use it as a background. And then this, I watched, her name's Christy, and Viola Arts, where they were doing techniques. So, this is mostly what I got from Christy. I can't remember her full name, her full YouTube channel. But I had taken, what, I think she called it flooding or scrubbing. Just taking the color and scrubbing every direction with the colors. And I did patchwork. And then where there's spaces, I added white. This still seems like it's wet right now. It's shiny. But it doesn't seem like there's any white. There's white background, so it just looks like there's white space. And then I took one of those feather brushes and just did a stroke across. Just played. Literally just played with it. And then did this one. And I just loaded up in the different areas. Did the white in between in the open spaces. And then sprayed water. Because they were coming together, but the extra water made them go to town. Well, this morning, this was still wet and this was still wet. And it's water paper. I don't understand that. So then I just took a, a thin brush and just did lines like that, and then went this way with the lines. Just to add some more depth and dimension to the paper, to the front. So I have another cool background or paper to cut out guys. And then I proceeded to make pictures from Viola, Viola, Veala, Viola Art, where she basically showed you how to paint without feeling like you had to be this extravagant artist. And I appreciated that. So we'll do the first one. I don't think she didn't do an ornament like this, but I had seen a picture and I kind of got the idea from that picture. They used totally different flowers, but it was a mixture of the idea of Viola Art and Christie on doing flowers. And so ornament slash flower. So I attempted to make a hand painted flower ornament. And adding a little bow kind of gives it that little extra. And of course I had to add some bloom and use my scrapbooking scissors to cut an edge. I'm never good at those because I can never make both sides look the same, which you can tell. This side looks similar, and this side looks similar, like fatty point and skinny point. I struggle, have always struggled with the scrapbooking scissors, with the different designs. I did my best, I still think. And then I mounted on pink paper, and then I had taken distressed oxide and went for the lightest pink in the flower to bring all the pinks together. I still like it. I think it's really pretty. It's unique. It's not something you see somebody make all the time. But I basically, all I did was sketch out a circle. Not even a good circle. And just, attempted to watercolor. It's watercolor seems to be hard, but then it's not at the same time. But I think that one's super pretty. You know, I just put a little Christmas, Merry Christmas on it. I still haven't done the inside or the back, but I actually love that one because it's unique. And then this one made me think of got me from something. I was well, no. I just took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It wasn't watercolor, and I just started sketching out lightly with a pencil of different items that I could paint. And I keep going back to the card that I saw Gina K make, where she did 3 presents. I wanted to do a card with presents in the front, and just haven't gotten around to it. I like this, but then I don't because the gifts don't look quite right. Like this one looks odd being small and not touching the other ones, whereas these two are kind of touching each other. It is what it is. I didn't add any bling to this one. I could add a few off to the side. I haven't done the sentiment inside. I was getting tired. I finally walked out of my press at 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, I'm done. I just didn't have any energy to do. Hey, boy, so sorry. But I think that I'm still going to add more to them, I think. I'm just not quite sure what. I was struggling with cutting the edges again. But at least these two sides match and this side matches. It's simple, so I may add a few bling pieces. I had painted it in watercolor, and then I was using my my glitter markers, metallic markers, not glitter. And I kind of flipped when the tip grabbed the paper, it kind of flipped some of the silver bits silver onto the blue. So I was like, well, let me finish that. Well, then those two looked clean. So then I added some dots to this one. And I just did this, I just did green on top of green. And then I did red on top of red. And just filled in the bow and ribbon for the gifts. And this one initially was about this size. And I was like, it needs to be 3 different sizes. So I made this one bigger. So I kind of jammed my nail into this paper over here. I think it's cute, but it probably needs something. It needs some bling. And then this one, I wanted to do a tree because watching Christy learning how to do the thin stroke and also watching, I don't even know what her name is. I can't remember. She said it once in the beginning and it was a long video, so I don't remember. But the Beulah Arts, her showing how to do that. And so I was like, well, I want to make a tree. And put it in a little pot. Because I thought about a tree stand, but never really did a tree stand. And I'm trying to think, she did a tree, but she put hers in a brown sack. So I was like, I wanted to do something different. And she didn't add any white to her tree. So I wanted to add some white, like there was snow on the tree. And did some flicker dots. Definitely a mess. And then just did a simple sentiment. I don't know what else to add to this one without it. I want it to look more rustic, so I don't want to bling this one up. I've already gotten the shiny paper behind it. I'm trying to get my paper as straight as possible, but apparently I've been cutting my paper crooked. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I need to fix my area so that I can access it easier. But that paper looks crooked up top, but not on the bottom. But I didn't do too bad on this scissor cut. I was paying attention a little bit more. So I don't know what else to add to this. And I may just leave it as is. Simple one. And then I wanted to watercolor a couple of words. And the card was looking nice. But it kind of didn't overkill. And those were just white dots. And it looked so much better before I hit it with a metallic marker. It looks so silly now. I don't like the dots on it. At least the dots on these two. So I don't know how to fix that. It's kind of like, you know, they look like eyeballs. But, and then I lost my little dot to my blue thing. That thing was right there on this glass thing, and then it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. And I was like, I'm not cutting that whole word out for that little dot. And I don't think I have any little red dots in my little container. So I just hit it with a gel marker, metallic marker, which kind of pulled in that color, which is why I came over here so that it would coordinate. And then I just cut out a few um, leaf stems and threw some berries, blueberries. I'm afraid to keep messing with this because I might make it worse. Not sure yet. I might have to go back and do some fixing on that. So, and then I did a wreath, and it's a very fine, thin, long brush. It looks like I filled in too much. It's, I have trouble saying when, and I just keep going. Well, I kept going too much, and I went up too high, so there's not a defined circle in there. I still think it looks pretty good, but there would be my flaw in it. Um, Pretty simple, just a double loop bow. But, and then I added some dots with the watercolors. I didn't want to bling it. I didn't want to put down in pieces. And then if I put circles of any kind, they would be bigger than the dots on the leaf. So I was thinking I was just going to leave this one as is. And then I did Noel, and I kept trying to look for a sentiment to go with it. Like, I don't know, the magic of Christmas. But I was just thinking, maybe just, there it is. Leave it like this. It's simple, yet it's pretty. And I just took a paintbrush and wrote out the words. And then just mounted it on the red and green to pull the red and green together. Simple, nice. Not sure about the sentiment on that. Still up in the air on that one. These two are my favorite besides the flower um, ornament. Um, Arts. She did do a bell. but she didn't add any greenery to it. So I learned how to do the bell from her. I don't think my bell's as good as hers, but I still really like my bell. Um, it's really simple to do. I mean, you're basically sketching out a circle and then a strip in the middle. And then at the bottom, you're trying, and I tried, trust me, this was the hardest part, was doing these holes at the bottom of the belt. And then I did a little, I don't know if you can see it, covered it up a little bit. But did the string for the front, and then went on the top edge and did another line, so it looked like it was strung through the hole at the top. That ended up being way too close to the top. I ended up covering the hole that I painted. Oh well. But I tripled up. I had taken 2 full leaves, and then on top I had put a third one on each side, but I cut it down so it's not as tall. Kind of thinking I should have only glued part of it down so that the rest of the leaves would be sticking out, and then put it on the fluorescence paper. I like this one a lot. Enslaved Bill's Ring. I've been dying to use that stamp. And then, excuse me, this is my other favorite one. He's kind of cute. My teddy bear doesn't look as cute as her. She did a stocking. I think she did snowflakes on it. I ended up to where I ended up painting it on the sheet. It ended up being awkward at the top, so I couldn't do a straight framed out one. So I had to cut it. So just remember, if you're going to do it on a full sheet, just remember your placement so that you can divide them evenly for the space you have. So if you want to cut them out and do tags, which is what she ended up doing with hers, but make sure that you give yourself the proper space between each image that you do, because I didn't with this one. And then her teddy bear ended up being super cute. Mine's cute, but and then she just did greenery in the teddy bear, and I decided to add a gift in it. Just simple Merry Christmas, and then I had these little shaker pieces that are snowflakes, so I decided to cut that one in half so that it would look like it was coming off the side, just like the one I drew on, and I believe that was with the acrylic paint marker. So that's why the snowflakes were a little on the fatty side, and then the snow, or the fur on the stocking was also the acrylic marker. And this was supposed to be pine, but it looks like a fern. I could not get this thing to look like pine, but oh well. It looks like fern-like to me. So I don't know if I should have done more branches, but I still think it's super cute. I'm proud of this one. So those are the watercoloring. And then I have been wanting to do this style for a while, and I finally got around to doing it. Again, watched YouTube, can't remember her name, don't I subscribed to her, I think. Yeah, I did. She is, I want to say she's Scottish. She sounds Scottish anyway. But she had done 3 different ones using her stamps. And she had done the inks, but she had only done the ink on the corner, and then she had done her stamps coming across from the corner, and then she cut the centerpiece out, mounted. She cut this piece out of this piece. So when you set it down, it looks like it's popping out the same image. It lines up. Mine kind of lines up. It's a little frustrating trying to line them up, which I should have put glue on my foam tape so that it would give me that flexibility to move it. So that's a tip. If you're going to use your 3D foam tape and you need time to line it up, use glue on your foam tape. Because I think this could come this way a little bit more. I don't know, this way. It looked easier when she did it, but it's my first try at it. I'm not totally disappointed in it. Um, and then I did another technique that I seen her do is she took her embossing ink and stamped, and then she took her mica powder and rubbed it into where she had done the embossing ink. And I don't know if it's picking it up. And at the bottom, there's little silver dots like snowballs. I did it on the whole thing. I'm gonna keep moving the table. Yeah, those little dots, that's embossing or mica powder. And I did it on all of it. And then I just did the sentiment. I had a snowflake cut out left over from one of the other projects, so I glued that on, and then glued a couple of the little shaker pieces, shaker snowflake. I stamped the inside of this one. I haven't done this one. And this one I can get this way. I kind of did a mixed bag of how they open. So here comes the snowflake shakers. This is why I had them out to begin with. But um, where did I get this paper? No, I think it was a team paper. Actually, a team paper. Um, I wanted to do another shaker, and this time nothing's falling out. I used E6000 glue. I didn't mess around this time, but it's got the you actually can see some of the E6000 glue. Really messy right there. I'll have to cut that off. Um, and I just glued a snowflake in the centerpiece and then put the shakers stuff in here and a little bit in here. I just did the glitter and the little holographic pieces, stars. Really, we used that in the paint. On it. Well, when you use these 6000, don't go crazy. Because it looks like it's squeezed out and I hadn't made one for a really long time and I was like, it's time to make one. I don't think it came out too bad. It's been a while since I made one. I'm out of practice and not a master at it to begin with. And my final card is this one. Oh, like you really needed to shake with me, right? So I had those Christmas shaker pieces. I went digging through my papers, dug through the Temu papers, and landed on this Christmas one. It has gingerbread stars, candies, um, presents, snowmen, cocoa, hearts, bells. So I wanted to use my shaker stuff. It's got Santa's in it. Could have sworn I bought gingerbread ones, but I don't know if I did or I wanted to and didn't. But I could have sworn I bought gingerbread guys. I think I bought the big ones. I don't think I bought the shaker ones. I think Nicole's the one that bought the gingerbread little guys. But this is one of the basic frames that I have. And then just cut out a tree, little gingerbread, and a candy cane. And I just taken a star from another card, another die that I have. And then I just put some dots on the tree to make it look like it has lights on it. It's like stuck. Why is that not moving? Ooh, that sucker's in there. I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, shouldn't have done that. There's a pile stuck right there. And you see these coming out. Maybe I got too much shaker stuff in there. But the shaker's got Santas and snowflakes and Jimmy pieces and candies. And I just put Merry Christmas in there. And it stays it that way. I think I glued this one way better than the snowflake one. Yeah, it doesn't look messy. So, that is everything that I've made the last 2 nights. I'm getting super low on cardstock for card bases. So hopefully I find out about that job really soon. Check the update, and they said they have all the information they need right now, and they'll contact me if I'm moving on to the next phase. Well, thanks for being vague. Really frustrating. But I don't have a lot of pre-made ones, and I only have enough to make 6. So I think I can make like 9 more cards. I need that job really quick. Well, hopefully this inspires you to play with what you have, because I definitely use what I had and get inspiration from other creators. Maybe something in this pile or something that I have made inspires you to play, have some fun, try different things, go out the comfort zone, and spend that quality time that you have making beautiful things to people in your life. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next.